Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back for another video, and welcome back to all of my brides to be, or just my girlies, or anyone out there that loves bridal content. I feel like I started this kind of wedding series and then I've taken a bit of a break because I feel like the wedding stuff got a little bit stressful for a while, and I also was distracted because obviously we moved home, so my wedding kind of content here on YouTube sort of got put on the back burner. But we're back with a nice like kind of wedding update. I'm going to talk you through our wedding invites, our wedding website, bring you along to a 77 Diamonds event, which is really exciting because I think we're going to be working with them to bespoke create our wedding bands. So that will obviously continue on this channel, however we kind of go about designing them and what we end up doing with our wedding bands. I will of course update you here on my YouTube, and then also in this video you guys will see I go back to a bridal store that I've previously visited, but I bring you along and we try on some more wedding gowns. So everything bridal in today's video, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you do want to keep more up to date with me on the kind of wedding and bridal content, I would really recommend following me on my TikTok. So here on my TikTok you guys can see I'm kind of doing a lot of like bridal dilemmas. I'm getting ready every morning and discussing like updates with the wedding, things to do with wedding dresses, asking for you guys' advice, and I'm talking so much more like openly and in real time about the wedding. So if you want to go and check me out on TikTok, I'd really recommend it if you're into kind of wedding content. I just realised that my hairbrush was in the background of that and it looks a little bit strange, just kind of laying on the bed. So yeah, that's my tangle teaser. Okay, so let's start out with wedding invites before I bring you guys along to the 77 Diamonds event. I feel like this is something that I have shared over on my TikTok and my Instagram. I actually like unboxed the invite and then kind of filmed it, but I wanted to talk a little bit more in detail about how I came about with the idea of the invitations, why I decided to do paper invitations, like the pros, the cons, all of that stuff, and also talk about the wedding website because it is all a bit of a minefield. So I'm trying to find an invitation that does not have someone's address on the front, and I've got a few spare, but they have obviously people's address on the front that I haven't managed to send out yet. So first off, I always knew that I wanted to do formal wedding invitations. I love stationery. I love physical memorabilia, or like, I don't know what the word is, like sentimental objects. I love that. I will always keep like my friends' wedding invitations or anything that's written down, like cards. I actually struggle with getting rid of my birthday cards. And I know that sounds crazy because you think I'd just keep them from maybe like key years of my life, but I will keep all my birthday cards because I'm read the message and I'm like, I have to keep it. So yeah, I always knew I wanted to do physical cards. However, we are having a destination wedding and we are getting married in Italy this year. So it's a little bit more complicated because you might have information that's coming out in real time that you need to update your guests with that you cannot always put on a physical invite. My piece of advice for that would be do a physical invitation and also do a wedding website, because a wedding website is something you can update really regularly. Me and Leon also did decide to do save the dates. We did physical save the dates. I just ordered those off of Etsy. They were really nice. The girl did like a watercolor drawing of our venue and they literally were just like save the date. I think I put the date on it and I put the location, and I just sent those out at the time. I think because we were having a destination wedding, we wanted to give people as much time possible to look at flights, look at hotels. We know it's a cost for our guests and we know it's an inconvenience. So I wanted to make sure I kind of gave them nearly a year notice, which I know sounds ridiculous, so that they could kind of plan for that date if they wanted to come and join us in Italy. So that was the save the dates. I then stumbled across the incredible By Florence. I want to rave about her, but I don't want to rave about her too much because I still want her to make a couple of things for me for my wedding and I don't want her to get booked up. But she's incredible, and I contacted her and she honestly understood my vision. So I went for baby pink envelopes. We are actually, baby pink's kind of a colour that's going to be like a theme throughout the wedding, so that was why I went for those. And then we did this beautiful envelope liner, which I think is just simply stunning. I'm sorry, but it is so beautiful. And then I'm going to struggle a bit here because there's a few bits of information that I kind of want to keep to myself, and I just don't want everyone to know until after the wedding, which I think is fair. So I hope you guys can understand that. Okay, and then this is what our wedding invitation actually looks like. So I went for all of these florals around the edge because this is the style of florals I think I'm going to have at the wedding. I'll also put on the screen at some point the actual video I posted on my Instagram of me filming the unboxing of the invitations. Then we have our logo, which is just like G and L, which is the same logo that we have on all the back of the invitations. So I don't know how well you guys can actually see that, but it's embossed in this gold wax, which I love on all the back of the invitations. So we have our logo there. We then have these beautiful, this is actually silk little ties in this dusky pink. So pretty, I'm obsessed with this colour so much. And then we have our venue at the bottom, which looks like that. I think my camera was overheating, so sorry about that. I've had to move you guys. So yeah, then this is our venue at the bottom, which just looks beautiful. You untie the little tie, which I've now tied too tightly, but let's just pull it off the top. Then we have an incredible illustration when you open up the invitation. It has like a map of Florence and all of the key kind of places. And I have another separate piece of card which has all of the information on. I feel like I'm being really annoying because I wanted to show you guys my invites, but it has loads of info on about the wedding that obviously I can't share with you, so that's a little bit annoying. Anyway, those are our physical invitations. I then went onto a website called Zola, Z-O-L-A, and I created our wedding website. I'm gonna put some overlays over this video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Leon and I very luckily had an engagement photo shoot with our wedding photographer, and it was actually in my Florence vlog you guys might have seen that I was kind of talking about that. The photos from that turned out so beautiful. From our little engagement shoot, it was so much fun with him, and it was really nice to meet our wedding photographer before the wedding. And those photos are what I used on our wedding website. So I did like a banner and I put the date and just like key information on that first page with pictures of Leon and I. And then on Zola, it's actually really good. You can create your like wedding guest list that you just like insert onto the website, and then you can track all the RSVPs, which is super handy. We're also doing 2 events. We're doing a welcome event and then obviously the wedding. So it's just nice to be able to track the RSVPs for those 2 events to get an idea of who's coming to what. And I just use it as a base to put a lot of information. I put information about travel, accommodation, the venue, the welcome event, timings, dress codes, things you can do in Florence if you're making it like a weekend trip. So my favorite gelato spots and things like that. And I try to put as much information on there as possible. I will be updating it in real time, which I think is something that's really useful with a wedding website. I would highly recommend Zola for making your website. I did play around with a few other companies and there are loads out there, but if you're like a complete beginner like me, I've never built a website, I don't know what I'm doing, it was so good to use Zola. I thought they were a really good company. I was also able to get a really good domain from GoDaddy.com, which I just linked the website to. So it's just a really easy like URL for our guests to remember when they need to RSVP. So overall, very easy experience creating the website and also making physical invites. And it's something I would 100% recommend if it's something that you're looking to do. I love that whole process. I found it really fun. The only thing you do have to bear in mind with physical invitations is you have to allocate yourself enough stamps for all of those invites that you're sending out. And because I also sent out save the dates, I ended up spending so much money on stamps, so much money. In hindsight, I probably would have just done an e-save the date and then done a physical invitation, because I really don't know anyone that's kept the save the date. Even when we moved house, I'm not gonna lie, I know I've packed it, but I don't know where that has gone. So yeah, I probably wouldn't, if I go back in time, do a physical save the date and just do my invitations and the website hand in hand. But obviously if you want, you could do everything electronic and do like an e-invite and then a website, if that works better for you. So yeah, that's everything. I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of like wedding updates I feel I should be filling you in on, and I cannot really think at the moment. I have obviously said yes to my actual wedding dress. I think I told you guys that, but I'm yet to find a dress for my legal ceremony, which is happening in June. And guys, when I say it's bringing me stress, like it's bringing me so much stress, my wedding in June. Like I feel like my legal ceremony is playing on my mind more than my actual Italian ceremony, because there's so many things I haven't done for my legal ceremony. Finding accommodation is one of those things, the night before and the night after. Finding a photographer to come and shoot our legal ceremony, I haven't sorted. A potential videographer, if that's something that we would want. I don't know if we necessarily need that, so I think I might just do a photographer for that day. Sorting out my bridal bouquet and my actual dress that I'm gonna wear and our transport and like all these things haven't crossed my mind at all. Booking a restaurant for after we get married, haven't done a single thing. So that is like honestly my top of to-do list. I have to sort that out. I'm also looking for a second dress for my Italian wedding. I just know it's gonna get quite warm later in the evening. I think I'm gonna wanna have a change. I think I found something online, but it's coming from God knows where, and I can't return it if it doesn't fit. So it's just stressing me out ordering a dress online and not knowing if I could return it. So that's also something that I need to do. There's loads of things I need to do, but it's fine. We're gonna get through, we're gonna persevere. I'm gonna bring you guys along now to the 77 Diamonds event. This was really fun. They bespoke create engagement rings and wedding bands and other jewelry, I believe. So I would definitely recommend them if you're looking for someone to create something with. We are gonna go through that process, so I'll be able to update you guys obviously in due course about our wedding bands. But yeah, it was such a nice event. I met some really lovely girls and learned a lot more about just diamonds and jewelry and all of that fun stuff. So we went to that, and then I'll pick the camera back up tomorrow and bring you guys along to, I've actually got an event tomorrow, so I'm gonna film that for my weekly vlog, which should be really, really fun, and see what we get up to. Okay guys, so this is the outfit for the 77 Diamonds event. I was trying it on with loads of boots, but Leon was right. None of them look right. So I've just got my Lady Dior slingbacks, this House of CB dress, skirt, and this And Other Stories jumper, which has a big bow. It's very cute. Do you want to tell everyone where your outfit's from?
Autry trainers.
Autry?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Oh.
M&S suit trousers. Reese, M&S, Loewe.
Wow. My handbag's downstairs. I'm gonna use my little
Chanel.
Chanel.
Smells so good.
Yeah. That is disgusting. Honestly, I've actually got no words. I'm using my little Chanel bag, and I'm gonna pop on my brand new Reese coat, and we're gonna go because we're actually late. And I really wanted to go to Selfridges before, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, guys. I really don't know. But we're waiting for my mum because my mum needs a key because she's gonna come and check on the dog while we're out. We're not out that long, but she can give her dinner, so it's very helpful. Okay, we are on our way to the station. We were gonna pop into Selfridges before, to my store, as Leon likes to say, into my store. But I don't know if we're gonna have that much time, and if we do, we're probably literally gonna have like 10-15 minutes. But I know it's open. Oh my God, look at that Frenchie.
Oh, little legs.
So cute. Yeah, so we're probably not gonna have time before the event, but I know it's open till 10 and the event's meant to end at 9. And I actually think we could get away with leaving a little bit before. So we might be able to go after the event and pop in. So yeah. In here in this vlog, I feel like it kind of was a little bit random. It's like me sat down in the bedroom and then me sat here chatting with a little bit of the event from the 77 Diamonds location that we went to and the event that we went to, which was fabulous. We are actually moving forward with them in designing our wedding bands. We did have one meeting with them, which I felt like was just kind of throwing ideas out there, but I am due to go back myself for just like another catch up and to finalize the design. I did also have my makeup trial with my legal ceremony makeup artist because I'm having 2 different girls do my makeup, one for the Italian wedding and somebody else for my legal ceremony, but I'll pop a little, I think I got a little clip of that, so I'll just pop that in now. Hello guys, I'm about to have my makeup trial with the incredible Sam. Again, sorry if I'm talking funny, my Invisalign's back in, I'm struggling with it. But I'm so excited. This is going to be for my legal ceremony, so we're going to have a little bit of a chat, play around with a bit of makeup, and I will bring you guys with for the day, which is literally actually coming to my house, so we're not going anywhere, but I'll bring you guys along for the experience. I tried to sort of zhuzh my hair, but I've done a terrible job of it. But this is my skin currently with nothing on. Okay, these are some of my inspos. I mean, this girl, her base is literally flawless. Sorry, I know I'm like lisping. I love this girl's pink blush. I quite like this shadow here on Romy. I think it looks really pretty. So I tried to pin a lot of girls that were blonde because I just thought that it was easier to see like the kind of makeup colouring on people that have that sort of complexion. I mean, these girls obviously have a much deeper skin tone than me, but it's nice to kind of try and get an idea. I was obsessed with this girl's wedding. Her entire wedding was stunning. So yeah, I will show these to Sam and I'm sure she can point me in the right direction. I've accidentally pinned this image twice. I must really like it. And we can take it from there. My legal like makeup trial that I had, which was brilliant, all went well. I think there was a few things that I want to tweak, just like looking back on it, but also I remember like it was a really hectic day that day and I felt like I was just not in a great place to like think about what I actually wanted. So I was a bit all over the shop, but the lady that did my makeup, she's absolutely incredible, Sam. She's done my makeup before. I'll actually pop some pictures here. We did like a bridal Sabrina Carpenter sort of look with like a lot of blush, and it was really, really fun. She's really talented. Definitely check her out. So I've got those things ticked off, but I wanted to kind of come here and update you guys on what I have done bridal wise, a little bit about my bridal series that's going to be coming to YouTube, TikTok and Instagram, which I'm really excited about and I'm like getting all organized for. So I wanted to allude to that. I'm actually filming the YouTube first video today, which is so exciting. So that's that, and also give you guys a bit of a rundown of the things that I'm doing in the lead up to my hen do and wedding. I have had so many questions on Instagram about what am I doing, girl, you're glowing, like the nicest comments, by the way, about like my current routine and what I'm doing and things I've changed for the lead up to my wedding. I always said I wouldn't change anything. I always said I wouldn't become this crazy bride that I have become, but it's okay because I'm feeling the best in myself, and I think that's the most important thing when you get married. It's just about feeling the best in yourself. It's not necessarily about everyone else around you and their perception of you. So just kind of keep that in mind. I feel like there's an overwhelming pressure on brides to look a certain way, and it can be a lot. However, I do want to talk about the things that I've done, because if I don't talk about those things, then I'm gatekeeping and I'm not being real with you. So let's discuss that first. Have I been dieting and in a calorie deficit? Yes, I have. I have actually I've not been in a calorie deficit for 6 months. That's totally not fair to say. I've been watching what I've been eating and I've been thinking about losing weight for about 6 months. I actually have lost more weight before this last bit of weight loss, if that makes any sense. I look back at what I weighed in 2023 and then what I weighed in the summer of 2024. And between 2023 and 2024, by the way, trigger warning, I'm discussing weight and everything like that, so just click out if it's not for you. But for the girlies or the people that want to know, the guys, the girls, everyone that want to know like what I did, I want to be honest and I want to talk about what I did and like how it's been going for me. So let's be real. Also, you know, I'm a 29-year-old woman and I have a healthy relationship with my body. I have a really healthy relationship with food and exercise. So I feel like for me, this has not been a triggering thing, or it's not caused me any issues. But if for you that is something that happens, then this bit of the video is just not for you. And thank you so much for watching, but I don't want you to be triggered. I need to stop rambling. I just go on like a 4-minute ramble. Anyway, I ended up losing a stone between 2023 and 2024 really gradually. My eating habits in 2022, 2023 were shocking. Leon and I were having 4 takeaways a week. I was doing no exercise. I was delivering so much of my food. It's actually crazy. I was living in a town that was very close to all these gorgeous cafes and food places, and the amount of food I delivered was honestly terrible, and I wasn't eating well. So I did change a few habits in 2023, like towards 24. And throughout that year, I lost about a stone, but it was super gradual. Like I literally lost the weight very, very gradually. However, I've been in a calorie deficit for the last 6 months. Well, not the last 6 months. That's so unfair. Like I thought about my diet and changing my diet and eating better in November. I started introducing things November, December, but I wasn't being super strict. January, February, and March, I have been very strict. I'm not going to tell you guys what I've been eating. I just feel like it's those videos, like what I eat in a day videos, get so much backlash. People feel them. They're very triggering. If you want to work out your calorie deficit, that's something that you need to work out for yourself. But I've been upping my protein significantly. I was never somebody that ate protein. I have so much yogurt, cottage cheese. I eat fish and steamed vegetables. My snacks are cottage cheese, Rivitas, cottage cheese. Like I can go through a tub of cottage cheese a day. Protein shakes, the YouFit protein shake. So I have been upping my protein. I have been in a calorie deficit. January, February and March have been the months that I have kicked this up a whole new level. My exercise has gone up. I'm doing Pilates 4 or 5 times a week. I go on the stepper machine at the gym and step for 20-25 minutes. So yes, I have totally upped my whole diet and exercise and changed my lifestyle plan. I also did want to mention that I got the flu in March, and honestly, I lost so much weight during that time, not healthily. I was so unwell and I could not eat. And I had the flu for about a week and a half. I then had a root canal, which if you've had a root canal, it was actually a root canal on a tooth that had already been root canaled. I could not eat for another week, and then I had to go back and have it done again. Like, I felt like all of those things definitely did feed into me significantly, like kind of losing a little bit of weight in February, March. And it probably wasn't like the best way to do it either. Like I was not well. Also, girlies, another thing on my bridal glow up is I've been starting my Invisalign. Let me show you my lovely retainers. That's really nice. I've started Invisalign. I started this in the January, and I'm a snacker. I snack and graze all day long. This has stopped me snacking so much. This has will put you off. And I kind of had seen things on TikTok about like the Invisalign diet, and I was like, really? Really? It's a thing. So I am doing Invisalign, they're not in at the moment because you guys, I lisp so much with them in. So that's all of the stuff that I've done. I'm upping my Pilates. I didn't really have a goal in mind. I think I had an idea of what I wanted to lose, but I didn't really have a goal in mind. My goal more so is for my hen do than my wedding. I just wanted to look and feel my best in a bikini. I wanted to look at my pictures and feel really confident and happy. And I do. And I think that's the moral of the story. I feel better now than I felt 6 months ago. I feel more confident now than I did 6 months ago. I'm happier in my body. I'm happier in my skin. I prefer how I look in a bikini. So for me, it's been a really good thing. But it's personal and it's a journey that you have to make for yourself. I just didn't want to not mention it because people have been asking me about it on Instagram. So yes, right, that's that. The second thing that I've been doing is I've started Invisalign and whitening. They're not in at the moment. If my dentist is watching, he's gonna be so annoyed. I am going to Dr. John. I will put his @ on the screen. I'll put everyone's information, by the way, in the description box of everything that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm looking forward to seeing the results. The whitening I've not been great with. I need to up like the whitening a little bit more. It's a journey. I'm not planning on doing composite bonding at the end. I'm kind of in two minds about if I would do it on 1 or 2 teeth. But if I'm honest, I just want my teeth to look really nice, really straight, really white, but natural. So I don't think I'm gonna go down the composite bonding route before the wedding. However, I have been doing Invisalign. So that's another thing I've been doing. Let's talk hair care. I mean, you guys can see my roots are the darkest they've been in a really long time. I'm actually off to get my hair coloured today by Shelby. I'll put Shelby's @ on the screen. She does my colour, and Leanne, I'll put Leanne on. She does my extension fitting. So today I'm going for my colour, tomorrow I'm going for my extension fitting. This gives me about 6 weeks before the hen do. So what this allows me to do is to sit with my colour, sit with my extensions, see how I get on within the next 4 weeks. And then a week before the hen, I'm gonna do a T-zone, little touch up of colour, and probably just refit the extensions if I like them and I'm happy with the way everything is. Let me show you the extensions. Okay, girlies, these are the extensions. They look a little bit bedraggled right now. I've got 2 different shades here. They are the Express Wefts. They're so quick and seamless to put in. I find them incredibly low maintenance. You do have to go back every 4 weeks, but honestly, the appointment is like 45 minutes. I love them so, so much. I've gone for 2 colors here. I've gone for Calabasas, which is a shade that I love. The root on camera looks super, super dark. It's actually like my natural root, so we'll probably pop these underneath considering I'm having a full colour done today right up to the root. So Calabasas is one of the colours, and then the other colour that we went for this time, or I actually decided to go for, was Bohemian Blonde. I want to feel so blonde and so bright for my hen. I want to be really Barbie blonde. So that's what we've gone with. Those are the extensions that I'm going to have fitted. I will have my colour done. I'm going to film it all for TikTok or Instagram. So if you want to see my hair journey, follow me on TikTok or Instagram and there'll be like a detailed video on there. So that's what I've been doing there. Next up, laser. I don't have my laser machine on me here. It's in my bedroom, but I'll pop a picture of the laser that I bought. Sorry, my nose is really itching. This is the laser that I bought. I wanted to do at-home laser. I did think about doing laser in a salon, but I just knew that I wouldn't be able to commit to the dates and the times and all of those things. So I've been doing at-home laser on my underarms and my bikini line. I haven't been doing my legs. The reason why I haven't been doing my legs is because I'm thinking of doing a couple of sunbeds before my hen do. I know, I'm like in two minds about it. I really don't want to do it because I really just think they're so bad for you and awful. So I really don't want to do it, but I'm not sure how I feel about applying fake tan. It's probably more, not for the hen do, probably more for my wedding that I've got the thing with the fake tan. I just don't want the fake tan to like transfer, or like, you know, when it's not like seamlessly applied. I've had spray tans that have gone wrong before. So I'm just really confused what to do fake tan wise. Any brides, please let me know what you did tanning wise for your wedding. But that's what I've been doing laser on those areas, underarms and bikini line. So far so good. I really like this machine. I will leave it linked below. I bought it on Very. It was the cheapest that I could find it online. Love it, and I think it's good. So I've been doing laser hair. Skin. Let's talk about skin. I have just decided to sign up for a 3-course session of microneedling, specifically skin pen. By the way, girlies, I'm actually gonna bring you with me to all of these appointments before my hen do, but I wanted a place to talk about them here. So if you want to know more information about a specific treatment that I'm having done, you can come back to this video and find it. And I've just told you everything I've done. Skin pen, that's what I'm going to be doing for, yeah, I'm doing 3 of those. So I've done 1 already and I've got 2 more booked in, and I don't think I'll do any more. I might do a couple of hydrofacials. I'm not sure. Sometimes hydrofacials can break me out, so I'm not sure about those. But the microneedling facials, best thing I've ever done. Best results I've seen from my skin. Not like crazy downtime, like there is a little bit, and I can talk more about that in the video where I bring you guys along to an appointment with me. Overall, think it's brilliant, would recommend it. It's been fantastic for my skin. I go to Skin Claire. So I will again leave her out on the screen and leave her in the description box. Yeah, it's expensive. It's more expensive than any other facial I've done before, but I've seen the most results from it. And I'm all about, like, if I'm spending the money, I don't want to see no results. I very much like to see something working. So that's what I'm doing skin-wise. I am also thinking of doing Botox in my forehead. I've done Botox before. I haven't done it for a really long time, but I'm thinking of doing it in the 11s. I think this camera, by the way, this Sony camera puts something on which makes you look, I probably have it on and I haven't turned it off, but if you saw me in person, I have the 11s and I have movement here. So I'm thinking of doing that area. I am hesitant because I don't want to look frozen. So I'd rather do it further away from the wedding and look frozen for my hen do and not look frozen for my wedding. I really don't want to look like I can't cry in my wedding pictures. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that this year. Nails, I'm just doing By. I just go somewhere really local to me because it's really convenient for me to be able to go there at like a drop of a hat and just like not make an appointment. So I am just going to like a local place. They are so grown out, they look so horrendous. I'm getting them done this week. I've just not had time to do them. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I am doing that I have now not mentioned. And I don't think there is. I think that's everything. If you guys can think of anything else that you'd really recommend, then let me know. Look, I'm not at all suggesting that this is something that you need to do to get married, but is it something that I wanted to do and I want to look and feel my best? 100%. I also love treatments and facials and all of those fun things, getting my hair done. I would do that stuff anyway. So it's just kind of upping those things and changing a couple of bits. But the majority of the things I would have done anyway. Would I have done the Invisalign? I don't know. That's probably one that I'm not sure about, and that is an expensive one, but I think your teeth are so important. Like on the day, your teeth are like what everyone sees. So that's everything that I'm doing. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I wanted to keep it real. I wanted to update you with everything that I've been doing. Updates with the wedding. I don't really have too many updates. I wish I could give you more, but I will keep this series coming. So if I think of any updates or things I haven't mentioned, you guys will see them. I feel like I'm going to be uploading a lot more wedding content now between now and June and July because we're in the thick of it. We're really like getting into the countdown and also the countdown for my hen do. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit random, but I feel like it's a wedding catch up. If you've got any pieces of advice, please leave them below. Like I said, with regards to this wedding series that's going to be coming, it will be coming on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram, and I'm going to be doing a plethora of like different styles of videos. So my best bridal shoes, dresses I've been buying, accessories for the hen, bikinis for the hen, like all of that stuff. I'm just going to be putting it out there. So make sure you're subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, this chaos, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.